this is going to be this day called Wednesday, September 10th, and we're going to be doing some learning stuff and giving you answers and helping you out from there. We do get to read our first fun story, because the one on Monday about that whole bunny monster thing was entertaining, but that wasn't a real story, that was like a practice story. Today is like a real story. And then I put tomorrow, but your tomorrow is Friday, is the next time that you see me, and that is when we are going to have a quiz. And with Quizzy Bits, I'm going to tell you more about that here in a moment. If you are wanting to donate, you have through Friday to donate. On the whole IXL thing, I do apologize. Apparently there was a syncing issue between Canvas and Skyward, and a bunch of grades had not been syncing. I believe I went through and caught them all, so if you go onto Skyward and see that something did not go from Canvas to Skyward, email me and I'll be more than happy to fix it for you. But I think I caught it all to help you out on that one. Are you trying to decide if you want to spend points or not, or?
On Skyward, it says I have 25.
Good job. But you can't sit there because that's blocking people. That's why she moved her seat. That's why she went over there, because she was all mad and pouty. There's the mad and pouty. Okay, just making sure. Sometimes the pouting helps get the anger out. There's the poutiness. So to you guys, you're going to need this app for Friday's test quizzy thing called Socrative. If you've not downloaded it yet, it's okay. You can do it on Friday. It'll take you roughly 30 seconds. Or you could do it during Flex today or anything along those lines. The way the quiz is going to work on Friday, because we're still not quite ready for me to give you a full-on hard quiz, that's still coming like next week. This one is getting closer to hard quiz, but this one I allow you to cheat on. But here's how the cheating is going to work before you get too excited. For each question, you get to cheat off one kid in the class, but you don't get to pick the kid. The kid gets to volunteer. And the problem is, as you look around, there's some special kids in here. And so, if you don't get to choose, I will say, hey, for question 1, who knows what plot is? And then Liam will raise his hand. And I'll go, Liam, you're answering question 1. And Liam's going to go, plot is who is in the story. And now you have to decide, does Liam know what he's talking about?
Yes.
Or is Liam big dum-dum? And if you go, Liam, that boy is cooking. And then you go ahead and put plot as who is in the story, submit, and you flex on the fools. Or you go, what is wrong with Liam? It is obviously when and where. And you go ahead and put that down for your answer. So you get to sort of cheat, but the trouble is, you might not get the right answer if you're depending on other kids. So you kind of have to be smart on your own, which makes things a little bit tougher from there. What's that? You were wanting to know if Clayton knew that made noise too, because he's sitting right next to Gabe, and Gabe tried to point out that things make noise and things are, oh wait, he figured it out, never mind. Learning was almost painful. Speaking of painful learning, Colton?
Can I go over there and sit on the back of the chair without getting charged points?
Like the Struggle Town?
Yeah.
As long as you're on the back of a chair, yeah.
As long as I'm not on the back
Correct.
of
In
the chair?
Struggle Town, you have to sit down like a normal kid because it's Struggle Town. Oh, you're trying to manipulate the system because you don't have 50 points yet.
Sammy?
Why do we have to take the quiz on that app? Not
You'll-
that one, the other one. Yeah.
You'll see on Friday, it's the way it's set up. So when we get into it, won't make sense now, and I can explain it to you, and you would just go, eh? But Friday when we get into it, you'll go, eh, ah, and make more sense. Now, I feel bad, because Monday, I did not get a chance to give you guys the full, painful verbal quiz. I feel since we have a test coming up on Friday, we should probably do the full verbal quiz to see how smart you are. If you want to quickly cram stuff into your head, like Tegan's trying to quickly do, you can, and you've got about 4 seconds to do so. And then you're going to turn it face down, because it's not going to matter anyway. If you feel the need to turn your paper over and look, you may, because you get to use the paper on the quiz. The drawback is, if you turn it over to look, you give me permission to judge you. And judging will definitely happen. But as long as you're okay with me going, as I stare at you, if you can handle that, then that's fine. You get to make your big kid choice. Okay. Let's begin. Plot! Liam! Did you just automatically reach for that paper to turn it over? You're seeing how fast I can judge a child. Liam, what's our definition of you make whatever choice you want to?
Okay.
Okay. Hey, Liam.
Hi.
This is where you talk.
Oh.
Who's in the story?
Nicely. I just want to double check for myself. You did cheat and then got the wrong answer, right? Because we're figuring out the definition of plot.
Can I help him?
Right. And I want to know what the definition of plot is.
Okay, give me a second.
What is the word I'm wanting you to say?
Can I help him?
What?
It is correct, Liam. It's a good thing that's not on camera. Next, as we move on from alive, Audrey, character.
Who is in the story?
Is this your paper way over here? You have to force yourself not to cheat? Wow, if only other kids had done that. See how the judging works? It's the bestest. Who is... Do you have a question? Are you trying to volunteer? Okay, good. What's going to happen? What's up?
So like since I'm in Audrey's seat, am I Audrey now?
No, you're still T.
Okay.
You're fake Audrey. Faudrey. Faudrey for setting. There's 2 parts that go into this one. And what is going to be our 2 parts of setting?
Where?
And
When?
is correct. Nicely done. And by the way, not throwing shade, but when you have to applaud after something like that, that means that your expectations for her are really low. Like, just... I tried to help. Didn't realize it was going to go that direction. I apologize. I was trying to get you back. This is how we find out how friendships work. I wish you luck. It's okay. You go to your therapist this week. They've given you a lot of ammunition. As we continue from there, as we get to point of view. Hikis, let's go to point of view. Is that your way of saying you have she has no faith in you either? Again, this whole friendship thing. Hikos, for point of view. It's okay. I see the paper is right. I see the fingers on it. You can leave it. What? Are you asking me? I don't know. I'm old.
How the story is told.
Is correct. Nicely. How the plot is told to us in the story. Girl who tried to sass Hiki. We have 3 We have 3 points of view that we're going to be studying. What are our 3 points of view?
Third person limited and third person. I'll miss it.
Not bad. Most kids just go third person. So you got much further into that. Go you on that one. For first person, Charlie, who tells the story in a first person story?
The main character.
Wow, confidence. Nicely done. Then Colton, what pronouns do we need to have in a first person story?
I, me, we.
Nailed it. Just apply. I have no faith in myself. But Rudy, for third person, we're no longer using main character. Who tells it instead?
The narrator.
How many people does the narrator follow in limited?
1.
And in omniscient?
Multiple.
Nicely done. Lukey Poo. Wait, that's just weird. Luke. I tried. I couldn't do it. I thought maybe that someone else called it. I was like, no, that's just weird. Young Luke. When we get to this one, what pronouns do we use for our narrator in third person? It's okay. No one's judging you. You do whatever. Liam, it's not even your question. You can't feel the need to cheat that badly. If it's a boy, what word do we use? Nicely done. He, she, and they. I know you're sad because I'm out of questions. It's okay. They're back! Look at that, there's more questions. We're all excited. Spilling off for theme. What is our definition for theme?
What we learned from the story.
That's what I needed. Yeah. That was this way of saying he has low expectations also.
Yeah.
Girl that was in the date today for internal
Who's
Oh, they all
Who's
turned to
it
look.
be?
Who could it be? Internal conflict. What's our one-word definition?
Inside yourself.
It is
Like war, like decision inside yourself.
Those are a lot of answers.
And you forgot second person.
I did not forget it. We're just not going to use it. But I appreciate you trying to call out how old I am. But yes, this is where the major decision comes in. Girl who sent me really long video about math and English.
That's me.
Yeah, it is a good video. So on this one, let's go for how are we supposed to write an internal conflict?
Blank or blank.
And to make sure that we're not a globetrotter, like maybe our sister was, what word do we not use?
Not.
Is correct again. Nicely done. Young girl in the back who likes to sit on the back of chairs. What is our definition of external conflict? Oh no! Do you need to Liam your paper?
No.
Okay.
A battle between two physical thing.
Is correct. Nicely done. He's coming at you. Sammy, how do we write an external conflict? There's one word
Blank versus blank.
is correct, Sammy. Nicely done. That's our review. I would say turn your paper over, but that's the size you need, so we're already there. So looking at the pink paper, that's what we're talking about. Home children, this side right here. We just did that side. So now, for the homeworky bits, I'm going to give you all the answers
Yay. Wait.
over here on this side.
Yay.
So, but not yet. I just want you to take the pink sheet and push it off to the side. I'll give you the answers later. I don't want you worrying about it while we're reading it, because that technically is to the side. She's special. And so I just want us to focus on the reading and discussing. We'll deal with the answers at the end. I'm just letting you know. I will give you all this in a moment. Sammy?
Were we supposed to do it last night?
Yeah, it should be done. That's why I'm looking at yours done. Like Ben's is done, right?
But it's not done.
All right, because it was supposed to be done.
Yeah.
That's why up there it
I
doesn't
thought
say
you
to do
were
it.
I was good.
I know.
saying that we had to have that done.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So we're going to look at the story called The Lady and the Tiger. If you look at your paper, one side says Lady and the Tiger, one side says Fisher. If you're looking at the one that has 4 columns, that's the wrong one.
Mine has 6.
Okay, I know 4 is a big number. It's okay, someday I'll get to my advanced class. So you can either look at paper there, or I will have it on screen up here, or you can use your earbuds and I will just read it out loud to you, because I like to read things to you. Oh, this paper is yours, by the way, if you want to write on it. Because, like, in a moment, I don't read the whole story straight through. Like, I stop after every couple paragraphs so we can talk. I'm going to be asking you in a moment, where is it taking place? When is it taking place? Who are the characters? If you want to write on this or highlight it, you can. It's yours. I have no problem with that. And you get to use this on the quiz. So whatever you write on it, you get to use. So hopefully that helps you out. All right. The thing you want to start with is figure out characters, figure out the when, figure out the wheres, and we'll go from there. The Lady and the Tiger.
Wow.
Once, in a kingdom long ago, where ancient customs prevailed, a gardener's son dared to love the king's only daughter, the Princess Royal. That was bad enough. But as luck would have it, the princess loved the boy in return, and that was worse. Now, of course, the two never had a chance to actually speak to each other, but they exchanged many glances and occasionally blew each other an unseen kiss when they hoped nobody was looking. They both knew that loving each other was not right, but they loved each other just the same. Oh, how they longed to speak to each other, to whisper loving things to each other, or even, there's hardly more thinking of, kiss each other. I know, it's still, for many months, they were happy with their secret love, gazing from afar at each other. But at about the same time, the princess and the boy realized that this was not enough. When he helped out in the garden, the boy spent more and more time under the windows of the princess's royal chambers. And the princess spent more and more of her time looking out her windows, hoping for a moment when the two could finally speak. Quick pause. So far, we should know like a couple things. Throughout all of time, past, present, future, when's it taking place? Where's your evidence? Very first sentence, like that's what I'm looking for. First sentence, it says long time ago. Where's our story taking place?
Kingdom.
Kingdom Palace. Who are the two main characters so far? Gardener's son, the boy. How do they feel about each other? Have they talked to each other yet?
No.
So far, it is a perfect junior high relationship. They love each other very much, but they've never actually talked to each other. It's just all from a distance. They're like, we're going out, but we have no classes together. And I see them in the hallway sometimes, and I wave at each other, but it's really deep love. And so far, that's where we are. But in a moment, we're going to move it to the next level. Not kissing, that's creepy. Just conversation. We're going to go to the conversation level, which is a big step. Problem is, it's illegal. Because she's rich and he's poor. And apparently it's illegal for poor people to love rich people. Rich people can do whatever they want. They're rich. Poor people, though, you're stuck being poor, just like us teachers. All right, let's see how they take their relationship to the next level. One lovely spring day, the longed-for moment finally arrived. The princess was in her sitting room, staring out the window, and her maids had retired at her command, so she got rid of all the witnesses. The gardener's son was weeding near the palace walls, and the other gardeners were out of sight around the corner. He got rid of all the witnesses. The boy drew near the princess's window, just as she looked down. The princess leaned out the window. The boy stood up. The two were just inches away, and finally, the boy said the first thing he'd ever said directly to the princess. "I love you," he said simply. "I love you," the princess replied. But that was their undoing, for as she spoke, the door to the bedroom opened, and who should enter but the king himself? Hearing her words, he strode to the window and caught the unfortunate gardener's son still standing outside the window, smiling upwards. If this were a movie, right now you would hear, "Dun dun dun!" But it's not, so use your imagination. Let's give you a little bit of Brovie art to help bring it to life.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, where is it taking place? Now, to help you with this, because it's a happy love story, I gave you Happy Love Kingdom. So, I tried to make it. I had to do a lot of digging to find the right castle. Then, where is the princess located?
Window.
In her chambers. By the way, her chambers are not up in a tower. How do you know that?
Because
she's
Right, because that happened earlier today when a kid was like, "In the tower!" And I'm like, "Is she dating a giraffe?" I'm like, how's that going to work? So yeah, it's a ground floor room down here. And where's the boy?
By the window.
Here's my little garden out on the side. Ooh. You already told me it takes place a long time ago. You can even tell me what time of year using evidence in the story. What time of year is it?
Spring.
Where's your evidence?
I don't
know.
Spring day.
Third paragraph, it says,
Oh,
one
yeah.
lovely spring day. Then, our two main characters are
The princess.
Princess, Gardener's son. Don't be judgy of my pictures. I did a lot of searching to try to find the right ones that spoke to me. These spoke to me pretty well. Because how do they feel about each other?
Very deeply in love.
So obviously he's in love and he's floating. He's like a little flappy as he goes up into the air. Hi, Maruti.
Does he smell pie?
He does. And as they love each other, this brings in our problem. Because we're going to introduce our third character.
King.
And that is...
King.
And here's where the king comes in. Again, don't be judging my pictures. I spent a lot of time picking them.
Why
And
is he bald?
king comes in.
Wow.
Problem is,
That looks pretty.
our king overhears something. What does our king overhear? Who does he hear speak? So here's where we have our thing, because the king comes in and he only hears the princess talk. If he had heard the gardener's son speak, it wouldn't even be a story, because he would know the boy is guilty. If he had walked in and heard the boy going, "I love you," the king would have just said, "Hey kid, how you doing?" Just yank and just stab the kid and go like, "Your boyfriend's dead," and just walked out. But we don't know that the boy's guilty. Now, I mean, we know he's guilty. But the king doesn't know he's guilty. And so for all we know, the king walks in and his daughter's like a Disney princess. And she's just like, "I love you, flowers. I love you, squirrels." And it's just out there and the boy is just like, "Clip, that girl's weird." And just like cutting. So he might be completely innocent. To find out if someone is guilty or innocent, what do?
Read this
Read.
We put them up to a lie detector.
Nowadays, if we're accusing someone of a crime and we don't get them to
Take
law,
him to court.
Can we
there you go. One, it scares me a little bit that for some of you, when I say guilty or innocent, your first response is kill them. There should be a step that comes before that where you just get accused and we kill you. Typically, we're going to do this thing going on trial to find out if the deathy bits happen. Hi, Addie.
Off with their head.
How would the guy be guilty if he just loved the girl?
Because as it says in the story, at the time, that was illegal. You were not allowed to love someone more popular than you. You could only love down, not love up. I know, it's a pretty messed up time. But to make things better, our king, much like Sydney, does not believe in things like a court system and juries and stuff like that. He's also not like Sydney. He does not go straight for the deathy killy bits. He does want to find out if the boy's guilty or not. He just doesn't think a judge is the right way to do it. Turns out he uses these things called doors. That's what makes my story fun.
Dora.
Let's take a look at his doors. Justice in this kingdom was swift, and in the eyes of this most just of kings, it was always fair. There was but one method of dealing with all serious offenses, and it was used on everyone, whether you were rich or poor, a minister, gardener's son, Kardashian, or 7th grader. The king had a large, I'm pretty sure that's in there. So rich people are important.
It's not.
The king had a large arena built right on the palace grounds. Sorry, excuse me. Prisoners were led into the center of the arena, where they were faced with 2 large doors. The prisoner was then to choose one of the 2 doors and open it. Now, behind one door was always a lovely lady. Behind the other, was always a fearsome tiger. The doors were well padded, so there was no way to hear the roars or rumblings of the ferocious beast behind one door. And nobody but the king himself ever knew behind which door was concealed the lady and behind which the tiger. If the prisoner opened the door with the lady, well, he was married on the spot and immediately rose to a powerful position in the kingdom. If he opened the door with the tiger, well, he'd be eaten by the fierce beast. Thus, felt the king, the fates alone would determine the guilt or innocence of the prisoner. Daring to love the king's daughter was, of course, a serious crime, because the gardener's son was a poor little scrub. And being loved in return only made things worse. The gardener's son was arrested on the spot and led to prison to await his turn in the arena. But as he was led away, he saw the princess form a few words with her lips. "Trust me," she breathed, so he retained a glimmer of hope. So to help you again, here's how our king has things set up. The idea, the problem with using a judge is that you can then accuse the judge of being biased or not being fair. So the king goes, all right, I'm going to be as fair as possible. You have 2 doors, guilty door, innocent door. If you're innocent, then God, Allah, whatever you believe in, the giant turtle, is going to lead you to the correct door, and you open it up. But if you're guilty, what comes out of guilty door?
Tiger.
Now you can't blame the king because you open the door and the tiger goes "Rawr," and gives you a little hug. But if you're innocent, you don't get tiger. Instead, you get
Elephant.
not princess.
Tiger. Girl.
You get hot hubba hubba hula girl. Not princess. You get random hot chick, and that becomes the thing instead. So this is how the king has it set up. Innocent, married hottie. Guilty, eaten by tiger. Now you can't blame the king, and the king just gets to sit there with popcorn going, oh, 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 and just wait to see which door you're going to open. He doesn't know if the boy's guilty, because I have kids all the time going, why wouldn't he just put a tiger behind both doors? If you know the boy's guilty, you don't even bother with the doors. You just walk over and go, hey, look, it's a yoink, oh, you're dead, and you're done. The only reason you use this is because you're trying to find out if he's innocent or guilty. And this is not the princess. The princess is up there with the king, watching. So down here is just random hot chick. So that's where a boy now has to realize. Now, one small thing to add more fun to this, what was the last thing the girl said?
Trust me.
Which means we have a teenage girl with a plan. And if that doesn't scare you, then you've never been around a teenage girl with a plan before. Because things are gonna happen. Hi, Sydney.
I don't like his method because I would just throw cactuses and spears at him instead.
At him being the king?
Yeah, the king's strategy isn't good.
No, you're gonna throw a cactus at the king? I was just at the lady
Both.
at the time. I didn't know you had a bunch of pocket cactuses. That's a whole nother conversation we should have. Cooking.
Can I make a prediction?
Sure.
I have a prediction. I'm just guessing that she's gonna beat up the hula girl or whatever and then take her place.
Let's find out.
Hey, wait.
As he waited, however, his hopes faded. At the same time, the king grew more and more pleased with himself and his system of justice, even if Sydney was going to throw a cactus at him. Both had the same thoughts. Whatever the outcome, the boy would be forever separated from the princess. Or if he chose the lady, he would of course be married on the spot, and thus forfeit forever his chances of marrying anybody else. And if he chose the tiger, he wouldn't live another 10 minutes. Cough, cough, 10 seconds. While the boy was languishing in the prison by the king, and the king was feeling pleased with himself, the princess was very busy. By the eve of the day, the prisoner was to be led out to the arena. She had managed by stealth and trickery to discover what normally only the king knew. Which door would contain the tiger, and which one the lady. All that next night, she tossed and turned. What should she tell her love? She didn't know how to decide. I mean, if he chose the lady, how could she bear to watch him there, married on the spot, happy beyond words at his escape from death, and then to see him forever around the palace with new power and respect, but forever further out of reach than she could bear? Would it not be better to just end things quickly and then meet him once again in that other world to which all are finally taken? But oh, how could she possibly condemn him to the horrible death of the tiger's teeth and claws? I mean, the screams, the blood! Sorry, I got worked up. So, with story, what is it our girl has figured out?
Which door the princess is in?
So she now knows what's behind each door. The problem is she can't do anything to change it, because if she changes anything, the king will know. So she can't like swap out the tiger for a kitten, because then when the boy opens that door, he's like, oh no, it's so adorable, and goes in to pet it. The king's gonna be like, I think something's going on in there. Just like she can't swap herself for the hula girl, because if all of a sudden the door opens and the princess comes out, and the king looks over to the other chair, there's like a stuffed doll, he'll figure out something happened. So she can't change it. All she can do is make her big decision. Which door do you point to? Are you going to watch the boy that you love get married to some hottie?
Oh my God.
Or are you going to watch the boy you love get torn into little tiny pieces by an angry meow meow? Addie?
Is this why you're wearing like lions on your tie?
I only have one tiger tie. I wore it yesterday. So I tried to get as close as I could to a tiger. And I figure a lion is kind of like a tiger. So, I mean, lions, tigers, something, oh my, it's right there.
What's the difference between a lion and a tiger?
So, that's where she is. Before we continue, I am curious if you guys were in this position. I'm going to let you vote to see which one you would go. Not yet. Wow, you guys are eager for the voting. Now, whether you would decide to have the person you are having your crush on, I would say love, but they haven't had much of a conversation yet. Literally 6 words. And so, would you have that person get married to Hottie, or would you watch them get killed and eaten to little pieces right in front of you? So think for a moment, or not for a moment for some of you. Those of you who choose the path of love, raise your hand, and you're going to have him get married to... Okay. Those of you who choose the path of getting killed by tiger is...
Kill it.
Okay, that's a little scary. So, let me put this out there for you. Some of you guys are getting close to the age where you're going to start dating.
No.
I'm going to put this out there. A red flag is when the person says, I want you to die before I will ever see you with someone else. That's up there in that toxic relationship level. I know you're new to this, but I'm just trying to help you out. This should be in the flag area. If you're looking around the room and they're like, "You're gonna die," that might tell you something. I'm just trying to help. Hi, Violet. What's up?
They actually said 8 words to each other.
What was it? I love you.
Trust me.
Oh, I forgot about that one too. Way to show me up. Ugh, learning. Sammy.
Do we have to do the door?
Well, no, I think they can just come down and kill you.
What?
Well, you can't just stand there forever. Eventually, they're gonna come down there and just kill you. Through the door.
Can you run the opposite way?
It's an arena. There's a circle.
There's
You're just gonna hit the edge and just run around the edge until you come back to the doors again. For Rudy?
Can I go throw something away, like really the longest way possible?
Right. And Colton?
If I was the gardener's son,
Uh-huh.
I would use the
Watering pail?
watering can,
Uh-huh.
pour it onto the sand, and then it would grow all the way to a big flower. And
Uh-huh.
I'll walk up there and marry the prince.
Charlie?
What if?
So Rudy doesn't go behind my camera and lose points again. That longest way was the poor choice. That would cost you points. Because that would put the creepers in vision on you. And now the creepers have to hunt you down. And we're going to miss you forever. Hi, Charlie.
What if the gardener's son instead of getting mauled by the tiger,
Uh-huh.
mauled the what if he named the tiger?
Let's find out how it ends.
What if he
As
named
much
the
as I
tiger?
appreciate it, I'm trying to give us enough time to give you the answer to the homework. And as much as I like your yapping, I have to move on. You raising your hand higher doesn't stop me from ignoring you.
What about
The princess did not answer any of their. Oh, sorry. The princess did not sleep all night. But by morning, she knew what she would do. She rose and dressed, and presently was sitting at her father's side in the arena, waiting for the prisoner to be held out. Then the boy came striding boldly out, and as was the custom, he walked directly over towards the king and bowed. As he stood up, he stole one brief glance at the princess. One glance was enough. She sat calmly and with dignity, but almost unnoticed, she made a quick motion with her right hand. Without waiting or even thinking, the gardener's son walked instantly to the right-hand door and opened it. And now, dear reader, I ask you the same question the princess asked herself all those long, agonizing hours of the final night. What was her decision? Which came out? The lady, or the tiger, or the raging, angry children? Yeah, there is no official ending. If you turn the paper over, that's the next story. Oh. This story is thousands of years old, and it is from when I was a child, and there is no actual ending to it. It was always open-ended. This is also the only one I'm going to make you read like this, because I know it makes you want to rage, and just flip your desk over. I do this for the first one. That way, those of you, the one sane person in here who wanted a happy ending, he can have his happy ending. The other 18 psychotics in here, you can have your other ending that goes along with it.
Wait, there's
But
23
you
children
both
in here?
get to have the ending that brings you joy on that way. Whatever your joy might be scary.
Yeah.
I know you want to yap at me.
What if he made us
Oh, by the way, I do have the kids who try to tell me they know how it ends because she points to the right-hand door and you look at my screen, but I planned ahead for that and made it so I can flip-flop which on each side, so that way you can't try to figure out from my little pictures up there, you sassy, sassy children.
Wait, but that's the reading figure.
Hi.
Can I pretend that the tiger had cactuses hot glued to his hands and a spear hot glued to his tail?
If I can pretend to call on Tegan.
So, why? I don't care if some of us aren't happy with the ending. I want to know what it really is.
Well, obviously the tiger came out.
You're so stupid.
Yeah.
Obviously. Hi, Gabe.
Personally, if I was a prisoner, I would the lady to come out. Because, like, it's a clear choice.
And you don't want to die?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's usually right for the not wanting to die part. Hi.
Are you sure there's not any trace of what happened?
You're welcome to Google it, but I've never found one. Normally, we would give you guys a chance to have a break, but we kind of yapped through your break today.
What?
I know. Because
Your
again,
fault.
that one kid was definitely blaming him. But I want to make sure, I mean, the problem is I could give you break, but then I worry about us running out of time to give you answers. So this becomes that whole
Answers,
balancing thing. I kinda
Wait,
felt
we
the
vote,
same
we
way.
vote, we vote.
Can we vote? Yeah, I wanna
Yeah,
vote.
Gabe, go scamper.
How many of you want me to give you the answers?
What?
How many of you guys want to have a 1 minute break? Alright, we'll just go fast then.
No, oh,
What?
And we're back. Hello, home children.
Wait.
So
Yeah,
as we go
subscribe to
through,
Kyborg.
let me do teaching thing with you to help you out. We're going to walk you through it. Good news is I'm going to give you answers. Bad news is I'm going to go fairly quickly. So there's every chance that I'm going to go faster than what you want. The good news is I'm recording class. Go watch it and then pause it and you can get every answer you want. Also, you don't have to write what I have. These are not the right answers. There are lots of answers. I'm just giving you what I have. So don't freak out. Characters who are, sorry, try to stop it. We're good. Who are our 3 characters?
The
Princess,
princess, the hot chick, the
tiger,
boy.
king, and
Wow,
and
counting
boy.
is hard, isn't it? Let's try again, this time going for 3.
Princess, king, and
Tiger.
boy.
There you go. Now, here's the tough part.
Wow.
To the right, you're going to have to give me a description of each character. Your description cannot match any other character. So if you put rich for a character, which character is that?
King.
King, princess.
Or princess.
Rich and boy.
If you put boy, which character is it?
King and guard princess.
Old guy.
If you put loves princess.
Mr. Brody.
It could be the kid or the king.
So now keeping that in mind, do you feel strong with a description
A little bit.
that would not work for any other one? We're starting with princess as we go through.
Wait,
Gabe?
red flag?
Are you talking about yourself? I don't
No,
understand.
her.
You're getting more, back it up, let me get
Like,
information.
she is a red flag? Like
How
a
so?
bad person to
How?
date?
But you didn't even tell him which door to go to.
Huh?
We don't know what happens.
So my question is, what is your evidence that makes it a red flag?
Because she
Because
was
for all we know, she pointed to the door where he gets to be in love. Y'all
No,
pointed to
she
the
had
door.
to think about which one she was gonna kill.
True.
Because she should just like know off the bat that she wants to save his life. Not like
Not a bad answer. Maybe. Eden?
I put that she's kind of not dumb.
she
She like thought about it a lot.
How would that not apply to the gardener's son? Isn't he also kind of not dumb?
She said she. Oh.
Yeah. She can't just put a,
Yeah,
can't just
she's
put a
kind of
pronoun in
not
there.
dumb.
Oh. Addie.
Guilty.
She's guilty too.
And this is applying to her?
Oh, yeah.
And how does that not apply to the gardener's son?
Because
Yeah, this quiz is going to be
he
real
just
fun.
wants a good friend, and she.
I meant to say, Tegan.
So like girl?
Yeah, this one time that would work, I guess, because she is the only girl.
Let's go.
But hang on, I have one of these for you.
But their answers were worse. So
That does not make your. Technically, that does make yours better. Good. Sammy,
Why is there a fourth line?
because it separates it from the next section.
Wow.
No, like the fourth line.
Yeah, it separates it from
I
the
you want me to
next
repeat the same answer?
Yeah.
Cindy?
Naive because she said I love you to the boy even though like she like.
How does that not apply to the gardener's son?
Wait.
Well, he said I love you to the girl and she said I love you to the boy.
So what I was thinking was rich girl would work, or you could put loves the gardener's son, because that does not apply to the king. She's also the only one that discovers the door's secrets. So
He knows.
I said discovers. The king already knows the secrets. She's the one that. Don't you give me that look? I see what you're doing. Discovering. Or all of the many wrong answers you guys put that we'll use for the quiz on Friday.
my one's wrong.
Gardener's son.
Wait, I have a good one.
This is your bitch. Then
Or
that would work, I guess. That does not apply to any of the other ones.
I put
Her answer
Audrey?
did not work.
Guilty.
How does that not apply? That's the same thing she just said for the princess.
She's back here trying to convince me that that answer is
I
real, but
said
it's
she.
not.
Right, that does not.
See, your answer wasn't any better than mine was.
Marla!
Yes, it was.
Prisoner?
Huh?
President?
Prisoner, I would accept that.
Oh,
He is the only
yeah.
one that goes to prison.
Okay.
Colton?
Maybe.
Son of the gardener.
You could, and I would make fun of you for that one, just like you said the king was the king.
Would it be
the
right?
princess
Would it
was
be
the
right?
princess. Not in my class. Oh, in Globetrotter class, it would. I can do it. I went for, by the way, if you garden, what happens to you as you garden?
You're
Dirty.
Yeah, you could have put dirty. He's the only one that's
Oh,
dirty.
the king.
Dirty?
Yeah.
Dirty,
Wait,
dirty.
You could put poor.
What?
Dirty poor.
Oh.
I put he trusts the princess.
I would
No.
put dirty
Because-
broken poor.
Obviously the king doesn't, because if he trusted the princess, he wouldn't have to kill her boyfriend.
What?
Plus, let me ask this question. All of my teenage girls in here, does your dad fully trust you?
Yes!
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 Yeah! Exactly.
I know that's
Hence
bad.
my trust the princess. For the king,
Green Lantern, can you see?
this was a struggle. I'm just gonna go ahead and go put use a two-door. You come up with whatever weird answer you want.
Old,
Because-
four, five.
Wait,
Can
hey,
I
a
see
king.
you all?
A king. He's a king now.
What's that
A
called?
ruler. A ruler. A ruler.
Sorry, Colton, what? I can't hear you, Colton. You keep saying the same thing over and over again. Yeah, I'm aware this is Colton. This is my way of making fun of you.
I'm waiting for him to. Okay, a monarch. We can say that. Like he's.
So your idea is by using a really big fancy word?
Yeah. a really
Sure,
big
you
fancy-
can use your big fancy word.
Will it get you big fancy all points?
It makes you a big fancy globetrotter. Hi.
For the king, Canada hates a little boy, loves a little boy, and the gardener's son is a little boy.
Disturbing. I'm moving on to setting. The rest, if you have issues, you can come see me during flex, and we can go through all of your psychological problems there, or just crash out and cry. For the win, you already told me win throughout all of time, which was
A long time ago. Spring.
Oh,
Spring.
Spring.
Long time ago.
Spring, million years ago.
again. Oh wait, I forgot. You guys don't know spring happens every year. That was the new information for you. You thought spring only happened once ever. Keep trying to convince me about this advanced class thing. Then what time of year would it be?
12.
Spring.
Then for our where, we have like 5 locations we can choose from.
7.
I only need 3. For that, where does it start off?
The castle.
Tomorrow.
Good job, Audrey. Then, where is the princess located?
What?
Kingdom.
That's
Yes! In her room.
Thank you again, Ben.
But the king
Where, where's the boy located?
Kingdom.
At the very end, where does it take place?
Prison. Yeah.
Africa.
Coliseum. Circle. Arena.
Then, the one I did not have on there that I had a kid point out earlier is the same one that Gabe kept yelling, which is prison. I had not thought about that, but yeah, that would actually work as a location for the prison.
October.
Then, jumping to plot, which is up at the top of this column, so go all the way to the top. Apparently this throws kids off, because if you read at the top there, it says the word plot! And I have kids who kept writing this in random spots on their papers that had no idea where to do the plot. Not my advanced class though, they're smart.
Yes, yes. Colton.
So, my smart ones. Violence. Let's go for our plot. The very first thing that happens in the story. So I'm always going to have you do the very first thing, the big, main first thing you can think of. And if you're wrong, it's fine. I can help guide you. What would you say is the first thing you remember happening?
The golden wolf son and the princess confessed to each other.
About what?
Their love.
So like they didn't like rob a bank or anything like that. Like I robbed a bank. So good. The boy and girl meet and fall in love. Then I'm going to jump all the way to the last one, because I always do the very beginning and to the very end. Luke, what's the last thing that happens in the story, where it ends?
The son died.
No, that's just in your imagination. In the actual story, you have to go off my proof, not your imagination. Don't you pout at me. What actually happens in the story?
The son goes to the door.
Which door?
The
door.
The right-hand door. How does he know to pick that door?
because the princess did the
There
thing.
you go. Girl points to right door, boy opens it. I will give you number 3, because I'll give you the little middle one that goes into it. So for number 3 is where we have the whole two-door thing explained to us. So Colton, if number 1, the boy and girl meet and fall in love, and 3, we're explaining our two-door justice system, what has to happen between those for that to make sense? Why
The
are-
king finds out about the princess love little boy.
Don't make it creepy. King catches girl saying love. Nicely done from there. Charlie, ready? For number 4, 3, we're describing this two-door justice system. 5, the girl's pointing to the right-hand door. How does she know to point to that door?
She does some snooping and finds out who's in which.
Perfect. Girl discovers the secret of the doors. So that gives you the entire story in 5 steps. Beginning, middle, end. Boy and girl meet, fall in love. King catches girl saying love. 2 doors are explained. Girl discovers the secret of the doors. Girl points to right door. Boy opens it. Number 6, kids crash out because the screen disappears.
No!
Wait, I'm not recording.
One more
Miss
second.
Brovicast, I'm done.
Tegan, don't worry, I got it.
Rewatch the video.
Guys,
rewatch
no,
the
I
video.
got one.
Big brain, it's big brain time.
Wait, is it already out?
Huh?
Hi, welcome back. Moving on, we're going to go to point of view. For point of view, you again get to throw fingers at me. You're going to tell me, is it again, this story, first person, first person, or third person. Then you're going to be able to throw fingers at me. I can guarantee you it's not second or fourth. And you tell me this whole dance thing. I would agree, third person. Between omniscient and limited. If you say it's limited, that means the princess is in every scene of the story. If there's a scene she's not in, it's omniscient. And if you say it's omniscient, then you're going to have to tell me what scene the princess is not in. So now, take a moment, and then when you feel strong, throw your letter at me. Whether you throw the L's or the O's. Oh. I'm sorry, did you just say O? Oh. All right, I see people. All right.